Yo, it's your boy 1D215 back with another video. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. This labor strike is what we talking? Day 5, day 6, one or the other. I haven't been keeping up, but it's getting out of hand. It's definitely getting out of hand. To bring y'all to form with what's going on. The District Council 33. I think it's like 9,000 workers on strike right now in Philly. People think it's just the trash, but it also affects 911 dispatch, the water department, and other things on a smaller scale. But the main thing, obviously, that everybody talking about is the trash pickup. And at this point, they need, because I think they met today, and they not seeing eye to eye. They like way off on like the numbers. From what I heard, they looking for 5% over the next 3 years, a 5% increase of appraisal for the next 3 years. Now, I did hear rumors that they wanted 8%, 7%, which is crazy. That's ludicrous. I knew those numbers either had to be off, falsified some type of way, because come on. Now, I'm all for equal pay. Y'all know, if y'all know, y'all know. But 8% is outrageous. But what I'm just now hearing is 5% that they're looking for the next 3 years. What the city is trying to give them is, I believe, 7% over the next 3 years, broken up over the next 3 years. So to clarify, the workers want 5% each year for the next 3 years. So 5% this year, 5% next year, 5% that third year. The city want to offer them, and I think the city was even lower than that when this first transpired. They was, who knows, 2%, 1%, I don't know, a year. But the city want to break it down where it equals 7% over the next 3 years. So that's like 2.5%, 2.33%, something like that. If we being, actual. The city need to give, that's 2.5% is minuscule. It really is. It's not nothing. I never worked for the city. I obviously never worked for the trash department. But 2% is like, depending on how much you make, is like somewhere around like, I don't know, 50 cent raise a year, which some people will take. It all depends on you in your line of work. Obviously, how long you've been there, how much you making, whatever the case may be, right? But at the same time, this trash is piling up everywhere over the city. I mean, it's at spots where they got designated, I put that in quotes, designated dump spots. These ain't designated dump spots. It's like every other, depending on what part of the city you in. I ain't been all over the city since the strike, but the parts of the city I've been around, it's like trash on every three corners. It's like every third corner you get to is some form of trash. Some piles bigger than others. But what people don't realize is this going to create, obviously, a rodent problem. And I ain't gonna say people don't realize it. They realize it, they just don't care. It's the summertime, it's hot. You got people not caring, just throwing their trash anywhere. And I do get it to a certain extent. Everybody don't have cars. Everybody don't have the resources to take their trashes to a designated site. Not saying what they doing is right by putting it on random corners, because it's looking crazy. It's a bad look. It make the city look crazy. But this is gonna cause a rodent problem. Especially at nighttime. You think the mice, the rats, the bugs, and the raccoons and shit, you think they give a damn about some damn trash. They don't care. They gonna come. They coming at nighttime, especially, and soon you might start seeing them in the daytime. Like it's getting ridiculous. Like when it first started, I'm like, all right. I was it raised the eyebrow like this is the first time it happened in 40 years. So it made me look at the city, like the mayor, kind of like sideways. And make no mistake about it, I'm not really pro Sherelle Parker is the mayor here in Philly. I'm not pro or anti Sherelle Parker. I know there's a lot of things that she wanted to get done. There's a lot of things that she has done that I've backed. Like, I'll be like, all right, I've been like, yeah, But there's a lot of things that I just don't understand with her. But I ain't just gonna put it on her. That's any politician. When you talk about a city like Philly, it's hard. It's hard, no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter how much experience you got, no matter what. Philadelphia is a hard city to mayor. It just is, always been. And I'm sure it's like that for other cities as well. But it got me looking at it sideways because this is the first time this happened in 40 years. That's not a coincidence. It's just not. I mean, we went through depressions and everything before she been here, and trash workers didn't strike. So for people who are like, oh, it's the times, no, that's BS. We went through worse times than this, and union workers didn't strike. 40 years, we talking about the mid-'80s. So it's like, wait a minute. 2.5%, like y'all got that's nothing. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to say it's nothing because there's probably people out there watching this like, I would take a 2.5% raise at my job right now. So I'm not going to say it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, but for the greater good, when you got people picketing and striking and stopping work, you gotta come up with something more than that. Now, like I said, they was asking for, like I said, I heard that they was looking for 7-8%, which is ludicrous. That's ludicrous. Now, I don't know if they dropped their numbers in negotiation. Maybe they started at 8% and came down, but the last numbers I heard was 5%. They want all types of bonuses and perks and this and that. There's a lot of layers to this strike, y'all. There's a lot of layers to this strike. They want certain incentives, and I know they city workers, and when you work for the city, it should come with certain perks. I mean, anybody know how government is ran and how cities is ran? When you're a city worker, it does come with certain essentials, but I'm looking at both sides like, damn, because even like day 1, day 2 of the strike, they was blocking entrances for the non-union workers that was trying to go to work. Come on, like it was chaos. And I'm sure they probably still doing it. And the way it looked, the way it's looking, that's why I said something gotta get done. These union members, they not budging. They not. Now, they not being paid. So it's like, at the end of the day now, hold on now. Y'all, I don't know we talking about 9,000 workers. So they all didn't have no exit strategy or plan or whatever. All right, if we strike for a month, I got this. I'm sure some of them did, but 9,000, come on. So I know some of them is hurting a little bit in the pockets, not being able to report to work like this, for the greater good. But at the same time, it's like, yo, something got to get done because last I checked, they met sometime today, and they were so far on opposite ends of the spectrum that it wasn't even funny, from what I heard. And I don't have no inside source. I just live here and I listen to the news and hear word of mouth or whatever. So I don't have if y'all know any other updated information that I didn't bring to the forefront, please let me know. Comment down below. But at the same time, it's like, this is getting ridiculous. It really is. It looked bad. It looks bad, and it's going to be a health problem. You got people walking around with masks, not because of COVID or nothing. They walking around because it's a stench. Not all over the city. Let me not lie. Like, it ain't like as soon as you walk out your door, you smell. Depending on where you live, obviously. If you're near one of them dump sites, I know you is. But on certain areas, if you got your window rolled down, you like, whoa, where'd that come from? And you won't even see no trash. You just, like, random, it's like, come on. Like, at the end of the day, it's too hot for this. It's going to cause, if it haven't already, it's going to cause a health and rolling problem. Fact. It just is. Because you got people dumping trash in random spots. And at the end of the day, like I said, I can't blame some people. What about the elderly that don't have a nephew or a grandson or have it but don't have the resource to get to, y'all know what I mean. Like, yeah, can you take this from me? I'm sure people that got trucks and stuff is making a killing. If you got a certain type of vehicle, you go down a block and make $150 probably per block taking people trash. So it's like people getting on their grind and all that, and I don't knock that, but it's like we gotta do something about this. The mayor and them council people, city council people, got to figure something out. Because I was trying to avoid this subject. I talked about the whole LL Cool J didn't perform here over the weekend for the holiday festival, because he even seen that it was ridiculous. But at the end of the day, both sides need to meet and come to a happy medium. Because, don't get me wrong, trash truck people ain't considered really frontline workers, but then again, they are. They consider, I would say, essential, yeah. They are. So this is an essential thing. This has to get done. There's no, well, we wait it out, or we will strike, we'll hold up for 4 months and all that. No. And it's only been a few days. It's only been like 6-7 days. So at the end of the day, my people in Philly, just, keep your eyes open, your ears open, and see what's going on. But it's getting dark. It's getting real dark. All right. We're going to wrap this one up. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Holla.